Step into the unknown with the shadow frequency and your host, Matt Wilson, as he takes you where the shadows hum.
Welcome, listeners, to episode 127 of The Shadow Frequency, where we dive into the eerie unknown that lingers just beyond the veil. I'm Juniper, your producer, and tonight we're casting our gaze to the murky waters of the Pascagoula River in Mississippi, 1973. Two fishermen, Charles Hickson and Calvin Parker, claimed they were taken by something not of this world, robotic, claw-wielding beings from a glowing craft. Their story, backed by consistent accounts, hypnotic regression, and a chilling, secretly recorded conversation, will make your skin crawl. Matt, you ready to unravel this one?
Oh, Juniper, I'm more than ready. This case is like stepping into a nightmare you can't shake. Those alien descriptions, they're the stuff of sleepless nights. Let's get into it.
Perfect. Take us to the river, Matt, and don't hold back on the creepy.
Picture this, listeners. October 11th, 1973. A warm, quiet night on the Pascagoula River in Mississippi. Charles Hickson, a 42-year-old shipyard worker, and 19-year-old Calvin Parker are fishing off a pier at the old Schaupeter shipyard. The air is still, the water dark, and the only sounds are the gentle lapping of waves. Then, out of nowhere, a low whirring hum slices through the silence. Blue lights flash across the water, bright enough to blind. Calvin, thinking it's the police, turns around, but what he sees isn't human. It's an oval-shaped craft, 30 to 40 feet wide, hovering just above the ground, glowing with an otherworldly sheen. Three figures emerge, 5 feet tall, gray wrinkled skin, no eyes, just slits where a mouth should be. Their heads are fused to their shoulders, with carrot-like spikes jutting out where ears and noses would be on humans. And their hands? Not hands at all, but claw-like pincers, moving with a mechanical precision that screams wrong. Hickson later said they weren't human, they weren't robotic, programmed like something out of a fever dream. The men are frozen, conscious but paralyzed, as these beings float them into the craft. Inside, a massive unblinking eye-like device scans their bodies, probing, observing, while the creatures hold them in a cold, clinical grip. Parker, terrified, later recalled feeling a strange calm, as if the aliens injected something to subdue him. For 20 minutes, they're subjected to this examination, then return to the riverbank, dazed, shaken, the craft vanishing into the night. They stumble to the Jackson County Sheriff's Department, their voices trembling as they recount the encounter. The deputies, skeptical, leave them alone in a room with a hidden recorder, hoping to catch them plotting a hoax. But what they capture is raw, unfiltered terror. Hickson prays, his voice shaking. Parker, barely coherent, begs, "Don't talk to them, Charlie. They'll come back for us." The fear in their words is palpable, a window into the trauma that clings like a damp fog. Hickson and Parker's stories never wavered, even under scrutiny. Hypnotic regression sessions, conducted later, pulled out vivid details: the creature's eerie gliding movements, the blinding light of the craft, the sensation of being watched by something utterly alien. Hickson described puncture wounds on his arm, later photographed by a UFO researcher, suggesting physical evidence of the encounter. The men's lives were forever altered. Parker, just a teenager, was so traumatized he bathed in bleach, fearing alien contamination. This wasn't just a story, it was a haunting that followed them. The Pascagoula Abduction became one of the most documented cases of its kind, with a historical marker now standing at the site, calling it the best documented alien abduction. The consistency, the raw emotion, the physical marks, it's enough to make you wonder what lurks in the shadows of our reality. Juniper, I don't know about you, but those robotic aliens give me chills. The way they floated those men into the craft, that's not something you just make up.
Matt, I'm with you. Those claw-wielding things are straight out of a horror movie. I keep picturing that giant eye scanning them. What do you think it was looking for?
That's the question, isn't it? Let's hold that thought for after the break. Juniper, take it away.
Wow, listeners, that first half was intense. The Pascagoula Abduction is one of those stories that sticks with you, making you question what's really out there. Are you feeling the goosebumps yet? We're only halfway through and Matt's got more to unpack about this eerie encounter. If you're loving the Shadow Frequency, like and subscribe and follow us on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and all major podcast platforms. You can visit our website, shadowfrequencypodcast.com. You can find all of our episodes, leave us a voicemail. You can tell us where you're listening from. You can check out our Shadow blog. You can grab some cool swag also from our store. And if you want to support us, you can buy us a coffee on the site to keep the spooky vibes going. Now let's dive into the mailbag segment where we share your thoughts and chills. Let me hit the button.
It's time for the Shadow Frequency mailbag.
We've got a great message to share today from Sally in California. She writes, "The podcast is so much fun to listen to. I hope you guys never stop." Oh, thanks, Sally. That means the world to us. Keep those messages coming, folks. You can reach us at shadowpodcast@protonmail.com. All right, Matt, let's get back to the river. What's next?
Welcome back, listeners, to the second half of the Shadow Frequency. We're diving deeper into the Pascagoula Abduction, where Charles Hickson and Calvin Parker face something beyond comprehension. Let's explore the aftermath and what makes this case so haunting. The psychological toll on these men was immense. Hickson, the older of the two, became a public figure, giving interviews and even appearing on To Tell the Truth, never once backing down from his story. But for Parker, the trauma was overwhelming. He avoided the spotlight for decades, haunted by nightmares and the fear that the beings might return. In 2018, he finally broke his silence with a book, Pascagoula, The Closest Encounter, revealing newest details from hypnotic regression, like a female alien figure who seemed almost human, adding another layer of unease to the encounter. New witnesses have since emerged, bolstering the case. In 2019, Maria Blair came forward claiming she saw the craft's blue lights and beings taking the men aboard while she waited on the opposite riverbank. Her account, kept secret for 45 years out of fear of ridicule, matches the men's descriptions chillingly. Other witnesses reported strange lights in the sky that night, and the Jackson County Sheriff's Department received dozens of calls about unusual sightings. Now let's consider a skeptical angle. UFO skeptic Philip J. Klass suggested Hickson might have experienced sleep paralysis with hypnagogic hallucinations, and that Parker, being young and suggestible, followed his lead. Klass pointed out Hickson's refusal to take a polygraph by an experienced examiner, raising doubts about his credibility. But here's the thing. The secret recording, the consistent stories, the physical marks, and now multiple witnesses make it hard to dismiss this as just a dream. Even Klass admitted the men's distress was genuine. What makes Pascagoula stand out is its raw authenticity. The creatures weren't your typical gray aliens. They were robotic, insectoid, with no clear motive, just cold mechanical observation. The men's fear, captured in that secret tape, feels like a glimpse into something we're not meant to understand. Hickson passed away in 2011, Parker in 2023, but their story lives on, etched into Pascagoula's history with a marker and an annual festival. It's a reminder that some encounters leave scars, physical, emotional, and eternal. Juniper, this case just won't let go of me. Those robotic beings, do you think they were studying the men like lab specimens?
Matt, that's exactly what it feels like. Cold, clinical, like we're ants under a magnifying glass. It's unsettling to think about it. Shall I wrap it up?
You got it. Over to you, Juniper.
And that's a wrap on episode 127 of The Shadow Frequency. The Pascagoula Abduction is a chilling reminder that some mysteries linger in the shadows, defying explanation. From the robotic aliens to the haunting secret recording, this case leaves us questioning what's watching from the stars. Visit shadowfrequencypodcast.com to dive into our shadow blog, grab some swag, or leave a voicemail. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for joining us on this eerie journey. Matt, say goodbye.
Catch you in the shadows, listeners.
Until next time, keep your eyes on the skies and your ears tuned to the Shadow Frequency. Good night, Shadow Seekers.
Have a favorite episode of The Shadow Frequency? Let us know. Email us at shadowpodcast@protonmail.com and tell us which episode has kept you up at night, and you'll be entered into our drawing to win a copy of Encounters, True Stories of UFO Sightings, Alien Abductions, and Extraterrestrial Contacts. An essential read for any true believer. Deadline to enter, June 7th. Don't miss your chance to bring the unknown a little closer to home. See you in the shadows.
This episode was produced with a commitment to exploring the unexplained while grounding our discussion in documented discoveries. All interpretations are speculative and intended for entertainment purposes.